Hi, hello. I'm Jessie, and it has been like, gosh, it's been like an entire month since I posted my last video, and I am certain that it doesn't matter to anyone besides me, but it does matter to me. So I'm gonna try not to let that happen again. I don't like having such a large gap in between my videos, but I don't know, June just kind of got away from me, I guess. I'm not even really sure, no, I do know what happened. I had the idea for this video. I thought it would be cool to do like a desert themed page, and mostly I really wanted to draw the skull with the lizard coming out of it, and everything else was built off of that. But after I got done rendering the first two, the skull and the vulture, I was like, oh, this is going to be a massive video to have to edit. And then I accidentally deleted the whole entire section of me coloring in the vulture, and so that was really annoying. And then once I did start editing it, it just felt so daunting, and I really didn't want to do it. So I just kept avoiding it, and I was not just avoiding the editing, I was avoiding finishing the whole page, finishing the other illustrations. So I decided to cut out the rest of the sketching. I don't know, I felt like that was kind of boring to watch, so maybe it's not boring. If you like to see the initial sketches, let me know. I'll keep them in the future. But anyway, yeah, finally I was just like, why am I trying to hulk my way through this just to get all of this in one video when I could just break it up into a couple different videos? So that's what I decided to do, is break it up into, it'll probably be 2 videos. But once I made that decision, then it was like the dam broke and I was able to start working on it again. So sorry, this is going to be 2 parts. I know that's kind of like, it's more satisfying when you can see it from start to finish in one video, but I'm just trying to make it easy on myself because I really want to get back on track with posting videos. So thanks for sticking with me on a 2-parter here. So I wanted to draw this deserty page because I was reading a book that was set in the desert, the book Mary by Nat Cassidy. So that's where my mind was. And then after I finished the book, Sabrina Carpenter put out a new music video that was also set in the desert. And where I live is kind of desertish. It's not like a real desert, but it's called they call it the high desert. Everything was pointing me to the desert, so I just went with it. And I find the desert to be such an interesting environment and landscape, and the creatures that live there and the plants that live there and the people that live in the desert are also pretty unique. I just feel like you have to be so tough and resilient to live and survive in the desert. It's just full of so much cool imagery. And so I really wanted to draw this skull. You know, when you think of the desert, you probably, one of the things that comes to mind is just discarded skulls. At least for me, that's something that I think about. And I wanted to draw a skull, but I wanted mine to be kind of unique to where I live, the area that I live in. So I made it a bobcat skull. I don't know. I just looked up what kind of skulls people find around here, and bobcat came up quite often. So I went with the bobcat, and I think it was a good choice. I really like the long teeth. What are those called? Fangs? What are they called on a bobcat? Are they literally called canine teeth? Because that's kind of weird, isn't it? Okay, they are called canines. That's kind of funny. Anyway, I just wanted to draw something different than like a cow skull. I feel like that's what most people go towards when they draw desert stuff is the cow skull. So I just wanted to be a little different there. And this is my first time drawing a skull with physical medium. I have done one digitally and it turned out kind of cool, but I just wasn't really sure how this was going to work out, but I think I did a pretty decent job. It's kind of tough to get the right like shadows and stuff, but also I feel like you can kind of just do whatever you want and it will end up looking like a skull. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exactly correct. Like you can tell that it's a skull, you know? And then I just really like the idea of things crawling through the holes in skulls. And technically this is not possible unless like a chunk fell out, which that could have happened. It, you know, sitting out in the elements and creatures walking over it and chewing on it and whatever, it could have created a hole there for this lizard to come through. We're using our imagination and I just think this looks really cool. I don't know. I just think it looks cool. So after I had all of the shading and everything where I liked it, I went through and just added some pops of neon pink and orange and yellow just to add some vibrancy and a little bit of weird, just a little bit of weird. I mentioned Sabrina Carpenter earlier, and people have a lot of opinions about that woman, and I personally don't feel strongly about her one way or the other. I know that she is putting out a new album, and the cover has sparked a lot of criticism and debate, and I haven't really gotten into it that much, but I truly, I don't know. I just think I think she's cute and her music is fun. Her music is like, the first time I hear it, I'm like, skip, whatever. But over time, it really grows on me. And before I know it, I'm dancing around my kitchen, singing all the words to Espresso. And those are my thoughts on Sabrina Carpenter. But I did watch her new video a few times just because I really liked the way it looked. I really liked the aesthetic and just the desert setting. And then I thought it was cool the contrast between her like sparkly and furry and cute little outfits with the harsh desert in the background. I don't know, I'm drawn to that type of contrast, I guess, which may be one of the reasons why I like to put these pops of neon into stuff. It's like it doesn't really belong there, but I like it. Okay, we're moving on to this. Oh yeah. Like I said before, I accidentally deleted the footage of me coloring in this vulture, which is unfortunate. But yeah, there he is. And then we will move on to this rattlesnake. This marker, oh, I'm so annoyed with this marker. Why is it drying out already? I haven't had these markers that long. And I'm just fighting for my life to get ink out of it. I did the thing already where you take the nib off and put alcohol in the barrel, and that worked. That got me this far, but this thing is dead. This thing is dead, and that's annoying to me. That's just really frustrating because I really haven't had these markers that long. I feel like it should have not dried out so quickly. I looked online and I found some like refill ink that goes to different markers, and I tried to get a couple colors that look close to this, and I don't know, maybe those will work. We'll see. I'll test them out when they get here. Hopefully they work and I can keep using this, because I don't think you can buy these individually, and I use this one a lot, obviously. So okay, another thing about the desert is like, it's dangerous. It's so dangerous. There's so many, like all the animals that live there are poisonous. They'll sting you, they'll bite you, they'll wait for you to die and then pick at your bones. It's brutal. It's brutal, the desert. So this snake. I really like the way I drew the snake, like the way it's all coiled up on itself. You know what's interesting too is like my whole life I have lived in areas where rattlesnakes live, and I've never seen one. Thank goodness. I would absolutely freak if I came across a rattlesnake in the wild. I just can't believe I've never seen one though. And now that I'm saying that, I probably will see one. The book that I read that got me thinking about the desert, Mary, it was called. It was pretty gruesome. It's a horror book. It's the horror genre. But it was also like, oh my gosh, it was so chaotic. There was so much going on in that book. I just still can't believe how many different things were going on in that book. I don't know. I don't know if you guys here, I don't know if you read horror, if you've ever heard of that book or if you've read it, but he really took a lot of tropes and put them into one story. It was a lot. There was a lot going on. It was okay. I didn't love it. It wasn't my favorite, but it was entertaining, and it sparked me to draw this page. So I really like the way that I shaded this. The colors are wrong, and I don't care because I like it. I like it like this, and also I think that it looks cohesive with the other drawings on here. I'm trying to like relax about stuff and not worry about getting the colors right and getting everything exactly right, but just like having fun and stuff. And like, you know, it's a rattlesnake because it has that little rattle there. It has the rattle on the tail, so you know it's a rattlesnake because of that. Okay, so I think I said everything that I wanted to say, and some things that I didn't know I wanted to say, and I don't really know what else to say about this. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for being patient with a two-parter. I'm gonna try to resume a regular posting schedule, so make sure you come back to see how I finish up this page. And I will see you then. Bye.